Hello, this is Brenda Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Living in the Go. Today, I want to talk to you about losing a job. That's one of the scariest things that could possibly happen. I mean, you need a job certainly for your livelihood. You need to ensure that you can continue on if you have a family that you're raising. You want to make sure you have a roof over your head, food to eat. So it can be a pretty scary thing. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about ways that we can get through that. So let's get into it. So first things first. So HR calls you in and tells you that they're letting you go. Well, you want to listen closely to what human resources says to you because what they're talking about is important. Certainly, why they're letting you go is important. I mean, if they're letting 500 people go in your department, then it's not you alone. But if they're firing you for your behavior at work, things that you didn't do in terms of your performance, you want to listen to that too. So you want to make sure that you're hearing, even though you're feeling pretty devastated at that point, you want to try to listen closely and take notes to understand what's going on. I will tell you, don't sign anything right away. They may want you to sign this agreement to accept whatever they're offering you. Ask for some time to take a look at it. Depending on the type of job that you have, you might want to look at legal ways to see if you can get more, but just don't sign anything right away. You also want to figure out your health insurance because if you're losing a job, more than likely your health insurance is tied to your job. So you want to figure out what that looks like. Are they going to provide health insurance for you for the short term? Are you eligible for a program called COBRA here in the United States, where you can get insurance up to 18 months after you get laid off? So you want to make sure you have that in place. And then you want to file for unemployment. So, and sometimes people feel like a sense of this pride or whatever, saying that they don't want to take it because it's for other types of people. I'm like, get over it. You paid into the system. Make sure you file for unemployment right away. You're entitled to those benefits. You paid for those benefits. So you want to make sure that you do that. It may be challenging. Look up in your particular state here in the United States, at least. And there should be some types of unemployment around the world too in other countries, but make sure you look into that and file for it right away. The next thing is to update your resume. So if they let you go, you want to make sure you document all the things that you did in that job and put it on the resume. And go out and look on LinkedIn and update your profile because now you're going to be in job search mode. So you want to make sure you have all the tools in place for that. And then you want to reach out to your professional network. Whatever type of work you were doing, if you know people who were doing the same thing, call them, ask them if there are things at their job that are open right now. Is there someone they could talk to for you? You want to make sure you have some things in place. And another thing I'll ask that you think about is asking people at the job where you're leaving if they would give a reference for you. Recommendations are great, it's helpful. You want to make sure you have those things in place and don't blindside someone and give their name as a reference when you start searching. And last, but certainly not least, call a friend or a family member for comfort. You don't want to call a person who's going to say, I told you so, or you should have been looking a long time ago. That's not helpful. Right now, you need some comfort. You need somebody who's in your corner to tell you everything is going to be okay. So do that. Now, as always, I do have my beliefs, so I want to share those with you. Times have changed. People lose jobs all the time. We're in a pandemic right now, people, so people are losing jobs all around us. It's not a good time, but I will tell you that in my corporate career, I was laid off 4 times. Doesn't make me a bad person, just makes me unlucky sometimes. But I did land better every time that I got laid off and I actually got more money. So figure out a way to embrace it because it happens to people. People don't stay on jobs for 20, 30 years anymore. It's just not done. So figure out what you're going to do, make your next steps, and just be okay with it. I also want you to think about the fact that your job is not who you are. Sometimes people tie their identities to a job, but it's what you do for a living. It's not who you are as a person. So try not to take it personally. I know that's easier said than done, but try real hard. And even if you're fired, apply for unemployment. If you were the worst employee ever and you know who you are, still apply because you paid into the system. All they can say is no. But typically, jobs don't fight you about the unemployment unless maybe they fired you for cause like you were stealing at the job. But still apply. Doesn't hurt to do it. Learn some new skills to be more marketable. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of online classes that you can take for free. If you were doing the same type of job for 10 years, then you do need some brush up on some certain things. So go ahead and take those classes. They also look good on the resume that you are trying to learn some new things. Lastly, it's okay to be upset. It doesn't feel good to be let go, doesn't feel good at all, but it's okay. You can be upset about it. You can feel bad about it for a little while, but then you have to push on because we have to keep going. Just like you got this job, you'll get another. So thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope this was helpful for you. Because again, this is for our community. We're building knowledge, we're building information. We want to be stronger and better and pass it on. So have a great day. Until the next time.